Welcome back, everyone. The fellas are here for the weekly show, and we are going to dream book Money in the Bank.
Money, money, money.
Money!
Oh, boys, we were in harmony then. That was great. So,
I love that.
Put on the track, we'll sell it. But yes, before we do jump into the Money in the Bank dream booking, how are we doing, fellas?
Right, so I was shitting it with this main event dream booking thing. I didn't have anything until this morning, and then I got my creative juices flowing, and I think I've booked 2 bangers. Saying
Too much info, you and your juices. I've just had a frappe, mate.
Innit?
But yeah, I'm good. How are you, Matt?
Do you have cream on that frappe? Yeah, I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. Whoa. Not had one yet. Surprisingly.
Really good.
I've
had 2.
I have a free cherry lemonade on my employee app, and I'm like, I don't know whether I want it or not. I'm trying to stay off the sugar, but I really want to try it. All good, me mate. All good. Same shit, different day. Backlash wasn't as bad as I thought it was. I've rewatched it back because I thought after we had a bit of a discussion, and weren't really watching the Gun for Pat match, so I went back and watched the whole event, and it weren't as bad as I thought it was. Still not fantastic, but thoughts for a different day. But yeah, all good, mate. All good. Hopefully, gonna catch some rays soon.
Yeah.
Phoenix, Mysterio.
Phoenix, definitely not Mysterio.
Oh, cool. Just want to make sure.
He's fucking injured. Staying out of my way.
Yay! No, it should be Ian. People get injured. But yeah, so what we're discussing first, peeps.
Right.
Well, John's got something for us, so.
Yes.
Ooh,
so I'm not taking valid for this. This is Chris Van Vliet posted it.
Yeah.
I don't even know when he posted it, but he put it on his Instagram, and I screenshotted it and I saved it. And I was going to do it last week, but I forgot. And it was the awards show last week, so.
Comes out this weekend, by the way, so go and catch that one.
Comes out this weekend. Yeah, that's why there was no main event last week, because we've done the awards and a lot goes into it. So make sure you catch it this weekend. We need you on that one. You got to cast your votes, so make sure you do.
You choose.
But yeah, so Chris Van Vliet has posted a thing about 7 wrestlers veering. So 7 questions here.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta answer it with the first thing that comes to your head. There's no thinking on this.
Okay.
This is do it that way, because then it's your purest answer, and that's your head telling you what you want to answer.
Okay.
While thinking about it. Okay. So I'll do it as well, but obviously a bit harder for me. But the one that made you fall in love with wrestling.
He's going
Randy Savage.
Randy Savage?
Did you say Matt?
I know it's what's good off the top of my head, but I'm trying to think. I don't know who. I really don't. We'll go Shawn Michaels.
Controversially, Hulk Hogan.
Fairs.
Yeah.
I'm of that. Well, we're of that era. So
yeah.
It's Hogan. He was a Hulkamania at that point. 2, your newest favorite wrestler.
Penta.
As in just coming to the business, or just who I currently like?
Your newest favorite wrestler right now.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to sit with Penta. Penta on my first stand. That sprung to my mind.
I mean, I love Roman Reigns is my guy, but if we're talking about what's there now, I'd probably say Kaiser. Fucking love Kaiser. I think he's sick. Or LA Knight. No, LA Knight. I'm going on LA Knight. Yeah.
Karrion Kross.
Fucking
yes.
I'm all aboard the Karrion Kross train now.
Yeah.
I've only watched half that documentary. I'm all aboard the Karrion Kross train.
Yeah.
He deserves it. The one that always makes you smile.
Roman Reigns.
Oh. Yeah, I've got to go with it. Will Ospreay.
Bucks.
Pairs.
Kenny Omega.
No, you said Will now.
Kenny popped in, but then the Bucks sort of like, nope, super kicked him out of the way and come to the front. The books, anything the books do, I enjoy. So it's your comfort wrestler.
I want to say something different than Roman Reigns. Comfort wrestler.
No, Kenny. Kenny's my comfort wrestler all day. Kenny Omega.
I'll give you a few seconds. I'm going to be cheating on this. I've got two. It's Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor. NXT Finn Balor and anything Bray.
Kevin Owens. I've got to say Kevin Owens or Roman Reigns.
The one you'd protect with your whole life.
Liv Morgan.
Kenny Omega.
Did you say Ted?
Kenny.
Protect my whole life. I literally have a blank here. Protect my whole life.
I said Liv, but I'm taking the piss. Protect. Because there's two I really want to protect. One's got injured already. Cope's one of them. Because I just don't want him to get injured again. But the other one would probably be...
Got mine.
Go on.
Eddie Kingston.
Shit, yeah.
I fight to the door. I fight for the dawn for him.
Yeah, you do. Mm-hmm. I'd probably say... Seth.
Seth and all that was rattling around, but then Eddie popped in there. And then the last one, the one you root for most.
Roman Reigns. My tribal chief.
Gabe Kidd is going to be my... I go on about Gabe a lot.
I'm taking Eddie again on this one, Kingston, because
I'm taking Punk.
No, I'm taking the route, and it's probably a little bit different. I'm like who do I want to see be successful, and that's what I'm taking that as.
Oh right, is that how we're taking it?
I'm going Guyver Kingston. That's how I took it. Yeah.
Okay. Carrying Cross him.
Carrying Cross. Gabe's my guy.
Carrying Cross or Bronson Reed.
Bronson would be a good one, but yeah, Eddie. I think Eddie deserves it well, and I'm all aboard the carrying train right now as well.
Carrying out Bronson for me.
But yeah, that was Chris Van Vliet's 7 wrestling theories, and I thought it's just a cool little insight to how our brain works for us. We are going to do updated our favourites.
Yeah.
In the upcoming weeks, there'll be shorts and on TikTok, so look out for them. So everybody knows who our current favourite wrestlers and all that jazz is. Because it's been a while since we've talked it, and we do get asked it a lot. So we'll cover it. But yeah, that's what I've got there. Nothing. I was on Raw last night. Nothing major apart from Gunther has been booked in to face Jay or Logan Paul. Whoever wins it when it's Saturday night main event.
Yeah.
And the only one is, I reckon Sammy's going to be the third man that joins Seth's group after last night's Raw. It's just things were set there last night.
Who won the tag match between American Made and
American Made because New Day got involved.
Okay, so it's probably going to be.
But it's booked already. Triple Threat was booked last night
for Saturday night or Raw.
I think it's next week's Raw.
Okay, fairs. Yeah, SmackDown was shit. SmackDown, bar the Jacob Fatu thing. Obviously before Backlash. It was just shit. Like
Dynamite. Well,
I was just gonna say, just like WWE at the moment, bar NXT, Raw and SmackDown are just poor. It's not poor, it's just predictable. And it's like, yeah, and we always get like this. And Backlash last year, Backlash was meant. The year before, Backlash was meant. This year is, do you know what I mean? It weren't amazing. So I'm hoping that Money in the Bank, Night Champions, etc., gets a little bit better. I'm guessing Night Champions probably won't be, but Money in the Bank should be.
The other thing is Pat McAfee's got a bust eye vessel from the stops from Gunther. Gunther hitting that hard, he's busted a vessel in his eye. That's the other thing I took away from Raw last night. I was like, wow. Dynamite. Yeah, barring there was a really good promo between Hangers and Will Ospreay at the beginning of the show. The rest of it was meh.
Yeah.
Really. It's the same, which is a shame because they're leading up to their pay-per-view next. But yeah, I think that's it. There will be a TikTok out as well to cover the Raw highlights each week. Might try and do a Dynamite one as well if I get the chance.
I'm going to try and do an NXT one or a SmackDown one, and Ted can do the other one. Or obviously, whoever does, I don't mind doing both NXT and SmackDown because my shifts normally I'm off for them, so I can normally do them.
It will just be more the results and anything crucial that happens. Quickly talk about than anything. But yeah, that'll be over on the TikTok.
Obviously, we are going to fantasy book in a minute, but we released a video last week for the releases. Obviously, John, you've not had your say. What's your thoughts on the releases in a nutshell?
In a nutshell, I don't get them. I really don't, because the names that have been released, some of them, they're ready to come up. I love the NXT guys. Dakota Kai, I literally don't understand that one at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think I touched on it last week in the prediction video. I think Lyra Valkyrie would have been gone if she didn't have that title around the waist. If you're working on Dakota Guy going, she made Lyra look good.
Yeah.
Braun's the only one that pissed me off. I don't get it because they've not long signed him back. He's doing a job for them. He's putting over their new big guys and making them look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I take, obviously, it's coming out that he's got potential injury, like 15% paralyzed in one of his legs. There's also talk about money and stuff like that. I just don't get it. Obviously, they do it every year around this time of year, sort of balance the books out. But it is what it is, isn't it? It happens. But people forget they released Bray fucking Wyatt. That says everything about the releases.
Yeah, and signed him when Triple H took over, signed him back. Yeah, the Braun one I said it was probably his injuries more than and the money. But from the report came out the other day that it wasn't about the money. It was literally Strowman struggling to walk, and he can't do it anymore as much as he used to. Shayna will be fine. I think Baron Corbin's been in her ear when she went GCW, and when you can do so much more outside WWE.
I think Shayna could be the first one we see in AEW.
I think it'd be Dakota. I think Dakota is probably the first one. Dakota and Cora.
She's best mates with Maria Schaefer, isn't she?
Yeah. So, shit, yeah, I forgot about that actually. Yeah.
Shayna in the fucking Death Rider, yes. Also, Cora Jade has announced dates for a new name. I can't think of a new name. She's already announced for GCW next month.
Yeah, Cora will be fine. She's only 20, so she's got a fucking whole career ahead of her. She'll probably go AEW. She's already hinted that she wants to go to AEW, and she's speaking to Tony. So Cora will go to AEW. Worried that she might get lost in the mix. However, it could be a bit of a kick up the ass for the other women that are there to go.
She looks very, very similar. Her looks are very, very, very similar to Sky Blue.
I was about to say Sky Blue then.
They look pretty much. I've actually seen pictures of them both and wasn't sure which one it was.
Yeah, Gigi will probably go TNA. Eddie Thorpe.
See, the thing with the TNA thing is because of that partnership with WWE. That's going to hurt TNA at the moment with these releases, because if someone's left bitter, they're not going to sign with TNA of the potential TNA making them work with WWE stars.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So that's. I think this is the first time that TNA may suffer on the releases because of that partnership. It might not be. That's just my thought there. If someone is left really bitter, and Gigi, the reason they come up with that because Gigi seems to be a little bit bitter about some of the stuff she's come out with, she might not go there because they might book her to work
NXT
against somebody.
Yeah, I get it. The only reason I said TNA is because when she went down there to do some tapings, she came out and said she really enjoyed the atmosphere of the locker room. It was more calmer. So that's the only reason I said that.
Yeah, maybe so. Like I say, it's one of them things to bear in mind if they don't
of course.
go there.
Jakara Jackson, as she's renamed herself now. She was a WWE Performance Center athlete. She didn't do any wrestling before that, so she'll probably make a name on the indies or try to. Riley Osborne, fucking who cares? Eddie Thorpe, there was issues backstage. He wasn't. He kept kicking off with talent, so that's why they've released Eddie Thorpe.
Also, the conspiracy theory that him and Dakota are together.
Well, no, he's with who's he married to? Tatum.
He's with
Dakota. Tatum Paxley. Who's with Tatum?
I'm sure
Find out, Ted.
Eddie Thorpe. I'm sure Eddie Thorpe.
Give me 2 seconds.
Dakota.
I
know it's either it's one of the releases. It is Dakota. Yeah. So like obviously that Eddie will probably you don't want Eddie in AEW. To be fair, he's okay. His mic skills shit.
Straight up and honest, the only one that I wouldn't mind.
Dallas.
I forgot about Gas. Gas would be good. Shayna with the Death Riders.
Yeah.
We'll Shayna a bit more.
Shayna will also give a kick up the ass. Will actually give a kick up the ass to that women's roster.
Yeah, and Shayna taking belts off Mercedes Moné. I'm all down for that too.
And she'll be let loose.
Yeah,
which she needs to be. But yeah, no, fair play. Right, so I said the other day that we need to shake up main event a bit, kind of like what WWE did with the draft, and then doesn't even matter anyway. So we're gonna do some fantasy booking. Now I told the fellas I want them to fantasy book the Money in the Bank. Who wins? Both men's and women's. Who wins and goes on to cash in whatever title, how they do it, and when they do it.
But I haven't done the women's just because
That's fine.
I just when I sat and thought about it, I couldn't put anything together right now. That with Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank for me is giving somebody an opportunity.
That's what I've done.
Go further.
Yeah, that's what I've done.
And with the women, the main roster right now in the women, so unless they bring some people up, there's no one right now that I feel needs on the main roster to benefit massively from it.
This is fantasy booking, so you could have done that.
So then it's trying to work out from NXT like who would want.
True. True.
There is only really one female down there that I want on the main roster, and it's going to happen. But I don't think she'd be in to win the Money in the Bank straight away.
Maybe.
Yep.
So, who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
My women's one.
Okay.
Because my women's one's the weak one of my two.
Okay.
So, my pick for winner of the 2024 Money in the Bank is...
Well, I hope it's not 2024. I hope it's 2025.
2025, sorry. 2025 is Asuka. Is my winner. So, what I want to do is, I want to have the qualified matches. Asuka is announced to be fighting Raquel Rodriguez for a spot in the match.
Okay.
Asuka comes out to old NXT music, and literally, the bell goes, Asuka spinning heel kicks Raquel Rodriguez, knocks her out clean, pins her within seconds, and that's the match done. Then, leading up to the pay-per-view, they have the back and forth that's inevitable of people like arguing. All Asuka does, she doesn't try to speak English. She just speaks menacingly in Japanese at people. And then in the final go home, when all 6 people are in the ring, so my 6 people in the Money in the Bank match are Becky Lynch, Bayley, Charlotte, Roxanne Perez, Bianca Belair, and Asuka. And my final shot is on SmackDown.
That's fucking main event epic. Every that one, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
So my last thing is
poor Roxanne.
Roxanne gets away with it. To be fair, it's Charlotte that gets knocked out on SmackDown. Asuka knocks Charlotte out and stands tall to end to basically on the SmackDown before Money in the Bank. We then we get to the match of Money in the Bank where nobody wants to fight Asuka because she's got this aura about her again. No, like her NXT days. So it looks like Bayley's gonna win. Everyone takes out Asuka. They throw her like over the table, like they do, like with the most dangerous person. They throw her over the announce table, and just put her in a corner. So it looks like Bayley's gonna win. And then Becky's taunting Bayley to to basically say, "Come and fight me." So Bailey takes a dive off the ladder onto Bailey onto Becky and sends them crashing through some tables. And Asuka's there to pick up the pieces to win the Money in the Bank.
So Asuka wins by doing a punk and sitting outside for all match.
Near enough.
Cool.
But we then, so the next night on Raw, straight away, like Asuka's not messing around, opens Raw and goes, right, Io, me and you at Evolution. Main event is Asuka versus Io Sky for the Raw Women's Women's Championship.
Is she saying this in Japanese?
Yeah. She basically calls it out. She just calls Io out, lifts up the briefcase, and when I'm cashing in at Revolution, that's all she's saying. Then we just get the build to Evolution. It's a epic back and forth between Io and Asuka. And what I'm thinking is how it finishes is that Io has Asuka down for the moonsault. She goes for the moonsault, and Asuka adjusts and gets in her Asuka lock and literally taps and makes Io pass out from the pain. So Io doesn't tap, but Asuka is your new women's champion. And that's how my sort of story ends.
That's your women's. Okay. I've not gone that deep into the match and stuff. But for my women, I have Stephanie Vaquer winning the Money in the Bank. I was torn on Roxanne or Chelsea Green because I really, really want Chelsea Green with a women's title.
Chelsea Green would be great with that briefcase.
Chelsea
would be great with that briefcase.
So,
Chelsea should have won it last year.
Yeah, she should have. I was torn because I really want, like I said, really want Chelsea with it. But I think it'll do more. I mean, Chelsea's like Chelsea. Like, I know, but Stephanie, I don't know. There's just an aura about Stephanie that I fucking love. And it's not what she does in the ring, what Booker T gets excited over. So, I've said that she faces Rhea, Julia, Roxanne, and Io. So she wins Money in the Bank. She faces Rhea, Julia, Roxanne, and Io in a gauntlet match of the night. However, Liv returns and takes out Io. Io faces Liv at SummerSlam. Liv wins. And then Stephanie then comes out, cashes in after Raquel and shenanigans and stuff. After Roxanne and Julia try and get involved as well. And Stephanie Vaquer is your new women's champion, world women's champion at SummerSlam. That's that.
I've booked the women's one by talking to you.
Oh shit, go on. Okay, go on.
Oh, go on. Go.
Creative genius. I mean, WWE just needs
to... this is it, mate. We are there, aren't we?
I'm fucking good at this, right?
Okay, now. Yeah, we just get that dust off your shoulder, mate.
What?
Let's get that dust off your shoulder there, mate. Yeah, we go.
So I haven't booked. I'm going as deep as Ted, and I've not gone as far as you where they cash it in, but I've got my 6 women. I've got Candice LeRae.
Yep.
Bliss.
Yep.
Nikki Cross's sister Abigail.
Mm-hmm.
Rhea Ripley, because I need a big name in there. Well, I've got Becky there too. Becky, because I feel Rhea and Becky can do some stuff as well. And Kairi Sane, returning Kairi Sane, just to give us that spot.
Yes.
Needs a spot. Now, when I originally started doing my list, I had Candice LeRae winning because I think Candice could elevate her. But then when I started putting my list together and thinking of it, I've got Bliss winning.
Okay.
But Nikki Cross is not in the fight against Bliss. She's there. It gives them something to do with the White Six to a degree with Bliss, if we're going that line. She's there to protect Bliss.
Okay.
Anybody goes after Bliss, Nikki takes them out.
Yeah.
Nikki's actually the one that actually lifts the briefcase down and gives it to Bliss. She's the leader of the White Six. That's what I really believe in the rumors. So she gives Bliss. The story builds up. Anybody comes after Bliss, Nikki takes them out before they get the Bliss. Bliss is untouched. And it's Nikki that takes out whoever it is that Bliss cashes in. And Bliss wins without literally laying a finger on anybody. And it's all Nikki's work. It shows the control she's got.
She's got control over the Wyatts.
Whites. And then obviously you've got the Whites backing her up through the title reign then.
When she wrestles, they have him around the ring.
Yeah. Because then you can work angles with like alignment. So I'll use Bianca because I know there's an alignment there with Montez and Street and Ford, the Street Profits. So she could try and get them to help them out. But you've got Gacy and Rowan takes them out before the match, so they're not there.
Yeah.
All the mind games, and that gives us an element of something to do with
the White
Six, because they're then free to appear on both shows because she's got the briefcase and go wherever she wants.
Yeah, I like that.
Cool, I like that. Men's. Who wants to go first? Yeah,
I'll go
you
first.
Go first, mate.
So I've got my 6.
Okay.
I'm going spot heavy on this one.
Okay, cool.
And you'll get it in a moment. So I'll go with the ones that are not going to give us a spot. So I've got Kieran Cross.
Yep.
Bron Breakker.
Yeah.
Sheamus.
Yeah.
And then here's my spots.
Go on.
El Vikingo.
Nice.
Oh.
Penta.
Nice.
And I'm giving this guy a spot because of what he did a few weeks back to put him on the shelf. And I needed one more man. JD.
Okay. Oh my God, you're not doing it. Please tell me you're not doing it.
No, I'm not booking him to win. He's there.
Thank God.
Ted, I'm sorry to break your heart, but mate, he's there to take the bumps. He's the one that's getting Mexican
destroyed through 2 ladders and 8 tables.
2 ladders. Vikingo's jumping off the 12-foot ladder onto him. He's the one that's taking the brunt. I've gone Sheamus because I feel like you need a big guy. I did have Drew in there, but Sheamus gives Sheamus something to do. Braun because of how he's going on at the storyline at the moment to try and get the title. Penta and Vikingo just because he'd be fucking insane.
Yeah, it would be.
I would have went Rey Fenix, but I thought I might be too leeches or heavy.
I thought that's why you were going with it, was Rey Fenix, the last one.
No, well, I think it all depends how this thingy goes. This World Collide, I think, where we're going to see these Triple H stars.
Yeah.
And I think Vikingos is put him on main roster and let him run.
Yeah, definitely.
Just let him run. But I'm going Kieran Cross as the winner.
Cool.
And because we know John's holding it till January.
Yeah.
December, January. We're going to get all the way through John. Kieran's not even going to look at anybody. He's just going to be parading around, playing his mind games, having his matches, people and try whatever. John walks out at Ruthless Aggression in Boston, Massachusetts, and the title needs a new title. It's a tournament for the new title winner. The new title winner wins it. Kieran crashes the party, cashes in and takes it from them. On the first night, they win it. Kieran's your new world champion.
I like that.
Who wins it?
I don't know because I don't want to book that title to be locked into Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. That sort of thing again, but I don't know. I don't know because they could left field us like they did with the Universal title and give it somebody who we're not expecting.
Yeah, true.
So,
well, I'm just gonna go next only because I've got the same as John, and I know you haven't, because you told me you wanted to go different for what everyone's gonna go. So I'll go next just for that reason.
Can I, on my case, just apologise with how long mine is, as I've put some effort into my men's one.
Go on. Which is all we've got for the event today, mate, so it's fine.
So, I've gone Carrion as well. I've not got who's in the match, but I got Carrion as well. My original thought was Kaiser, I think I had. But I just, as if in an iron about Kaiser and how you do it. And the other person I really wanted was Pete Dunne. But let's face it, ain't gonna fucking happen. So I've got.
He was in the London one as well.
He was. So I've got Jay holds the title until SummerSlam, where he faces, where he's in a fatal 4-way. This is before last night, by the way. Before Sammy, faces Sammy. Faces Sammy, Logan, and Gunther in a fatal 4-way match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Seth's involved with Roman and Punk with Bron Breakker. So that's why Seth and Bron are involved. Sammy faces... Sammy wins. So Sami Zayn gets his World Heavyweight Championship. Because I wanted to get Sammy with the title in there. On the road, he faces the likes of Rusev, Gunther again, Seth, Braun. In the Royal Rumble, he faces CM Punk. CM Punk gets screwed by Seth, and Sammy retains. We then get into to Elimination Chamber. Punk then gets put into the Elimination Chamber to get it because Seth's already qualified. So Adam Pearce, because he's a pushover and CM Punk gets what he wants, gets put into Elimination Chamber without having to qualify or do anything because it's CM Punk. Keep it real. It comes down to Sammy and Punk. Punk hits the GTS, pins him 1, 2, 3. Punk gets his World Heavyweight Championship, but then the lights go out. Who is it? Karrion Kross appears in the ring with his Money in the Bank and cashes in on Punk at Elimination Chamber. So Punk has 5 seconds with the fucking title before Karrion takes it off him.
Love that.
I'm with you. Now, you said to me before who wins the title. I have my final now. That Punk's in the final, hits the GTS, goes to the pin, the lights go out.
Karrion appears.
Karrion's already took him out, briefcase in hand, hands it to him. Punk doesn't even win the title. He is a pin away from winning.
The other way I was going to do it is, I can't remember the names, but they've just left AEW. Is it Dutch and... So I was going, I was going to have them come in with Karrion.
That is perfect,
mate. I know, innit? It's like, mate, fucking WWE sign us up. The Righteous come in, take out Punk. Karrion pins them 1, 2, 3. Karrion's the new World Heavyweight Championship. They face each other again at WrestleMania, but Sammy's also there because Sammy feels like he's been screwed out of it. And Kross retains and has this mammoth run because the Righteous keep helping him. So that's why I have for the men's.
I like that.
Either way, Punk gets screwed. Roman, Cody stay out of the way. I don't know. I'm not obviously not thought that about outside because I was just focused on that. But I don't know what Jay does. Jay goes on his run with Logan and maybe faces Logan again. Goes on to Seth, Braun Breaker. You know, the usual shit. But yeah, that's me. That's me. Men's Money in the Bank.
So, I've gone fucking rogue. I've gone way out left field. I've booked what I want to see. I'll be honest. This is never going to happen.
Who's ready for story time with Ted?
Exactly.
What do you want to talk about?
So, I'm not. So my pick for Money in the Bank winner is Ethan Page.
Ooh.
So,
mate, I'm down with it.
Yeah.
That's elevating someone. I'm down with that, mate. You've got me in already.
So we're on NXT on the road to Money in the Bank. Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis have been invited to NXT by Ava. She said she's got a message from the board of directors. And they've advised that this year, NXT will be getting a spot in this year's Money in the Bank match. And the board have recognised 2 people on the NXT roster that are going to face each other in the main event on NXT tonight, as say for the opportunity. And it's Ethan Page and Trick Williams in the main event of NXT. So it's a great back and forth match. Trick hits the trick shot on Page. Looks like he's going to win. Lights go off. And someone hits Trick with a chain and knocks Trick out. And then drapes Ethan over the top of him and then runs off into the back. The ref has no choice but to count the 3. That's 1, 2, 3. Ethan Page is in the Money in the Bank ladder match. So we then get to Money in the Bank. The people in the Money in the Bank match are Ethan Page, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, Penta, Sammy, and Braun Breaker. These 6 in the match.
Unlucky, Ethan.
Right. So in the match, it looks like Cody is going to get the win to get that Money in the Bank ladder match. Then the lights go out, and we have If You Smell What the Final Boss Is Cooking.
Oh, he's ruined it.
His music hits, and here is The Rock, Travis Scott, and John Cena, who run to the ring and jump Cody before they beat down everyone else in the match, apart from one person, Ethan Page. So The Rock throws him in the ring and tells him to get out the briefcase.
Long-term
Ethan climbs
storytelling, I like it.
and wins the Money in the Bank, wins the Money in the Bank match. The reason the reason is that The Rock met Ethan Page and loved his attitude.
That's why I
Say
said
when he ran
storytelling.
NXT. And then so my pitch is Ethan has agreed to sell his soul to The Rock for that step up. So I'll be honest.
Why?
Exactly. It's a
why Ethan? Why?
I'm in.
So we then during the run throughout John Cena's run, basically Ethan is unfortunately like the whipping boy. He gets he's the one to be attacked and sidelined a little bit. He's doing his own things, winning his own matches, but he's there to help John Cena. He's like Rock's boy to go and help John. So the Rock gets more and more angry as throughout the run. Ethan's not protecting John as much as he should be. So we get to day 0 of John Cena's final day, Ruthless Aggression in Boston. We have John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. This is the last shot of that. You're going to be able to save that title before it disappears. So it looks like Cena's going to get the win. It looks like Cody's going to get the win. So The Rock comes out. He sends Ethan down to take Cody out. He lays Cody out, and John smiles at him, and says, "Thank you for doing this for me." But then Ethan lays John out as well.
Nice.
And he hands the ref the briefcase, and he goes, "I'm cashing in," and he hits a big ego's edge on John Cena, pins John Cena for the 1, 2, 3, and Ethan Page is your new undisputed champion. Ladies and gentlemen,
you had me at Travis Scott.
So I would have done the one little thing. I love it, by the way. I'm all in. But the one thing I would have done is at the beginning is there's a tournament for the shot. Get in there, and Ego's on the phone talking away. And he's like, "Right, cool." And then Avers gets a phone call and it's announced he's got a bye to the final. And he's called him the favour from The Rock.
Yeah.
That would have been even better.
Yeah, that sets up the connection back to The Rock as well. But yeah, mate, that was brilliant. I like that. I'm down for an Eagle run.
See, it's just I was thinking outside the box, and I was like, "Who's had an interaction with The Rock that I could get that's a bit different?" And there was just an interaction with him and Paige where they shook hands, and Rock really liked Ethan, and I was like, "That's something that I can play on out there."
One of the things I'm so glad they did with Ethan, because that's actually one of his dreams in wrestling, was to meet The Rock. And they did it within a few weeks for him.
And I've got winning the title with The Rock. Well, against The Rock. And then we lead into WrestleMania.
In a storyline with The Rock.
Yeah, exactly. So I just think
Cena needs somebody.
It was Travis Scott with the chain shot. That's why you're asking. That's why... I
thought you were going down Dark State.
Yeah, I was Dark State.
So my initial thing was it was going to be Jevion Evans, as leader of Dark State, but I thought I ain't got time to explain that. So
but the thing is, you wouldn't have needed to because Jevion and Trick already ate each other.
Yeah. That's what I mean. So then I was like, I'll not explain that. I'll make it Travis Scott, and saying Travis Scott can do something.
That's fair enough. Well, you in the comments, let us know how you would book Money in the Bank. Would you go down the same route with Carrion or Stephanie, or would you go Ethan Page? Who was your women? Sorry, Ted. Asuka again. I'll go down.
To be fair to Asuka, her reign was pointless.
No, I know.
Becky just give it her the next night.
It's very true, actually. I forgot about that.
Open up the briefcase, Asuka. It's the women's championship.
I'm gonna go and be a mom.
Yeah.
And that interaction was so pure and sweet.
No, I know it was.
I'm gonna be a mom, and Asuka's like, mom.
It's just too bad there was no crowd because it made it a bit awkward when Asuka screamed. But yeah, no, that was a fantasy booking Money in the Bank. I thought it'd go on a bit longer. I'm not gonna lie to you, but what do you want to talk about for the last 20 minutes? Around 39 minutes. What do you want to talk about?
I don't think it's
I think we had it. I think we end it there. Have a bit of a shorter one.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that's come out. I don't think there's nothing.
Well,
I think obviously
we will say, rest in peace, Sabu. Obviously, Sabu passed away
20 minutes.
on Sunday, wasn't it? Is it Sunday he passed away?
Yeah, Sunday.
Obviously, 2 weeks ago, faced Joey Janela in GCW.
It's nearly a month now because it was WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah, it was about a month ago.
It was nearly a month ago. Faced Joey Janela in his last match, which was a brutal one, to be fair.
There's a few things come off the back of that, but I'm not.
We won't comment on
them. I'm just letting the dust fall before.
If it comes out and it's true, then obviously it's something we'll discuss later down the line. But we're not. If you've been with us long enough, we don't get into that stuff unless it's ironed down 100% true. But yeah, we lost Sabu. It was really good. It's not the greatest of promo package, but it was a good promo package last night for him.
Yeah.
On Raw. I'll be straight up and honest about Sabu. I just know Sabu as an ECW wrestler, and when WWE bought out ECW and these appearances here and there and everywhere, I know he wasn't a man to be fucked with. Scars in his body, and what I've seen of him, but I didn't know much more than that about him. I just know he's an absolute icon of the hardcore world.
Yeah.
Yeah, his match with Rey Mysterio at One Night Stand 2005 was when I first, because I wasn't big, I didn't know about, I knew about it, but I didn't ever watch ECW. So
we had it over here.
We had it on Bravo. It was on Bravo. Yeah. It was on Men and Motors and Bravo.
I never really watched it though. I was too young.
No, I'd say I wasn't like Rishi Sunak. I had Sky. So like, mate. Well, you know, I'm Tory. Yeah. So I watched WWE more, and I know WCW was on Channel 4, and I watched it every once in a blue moon. But I was more of a WWE guy. So when they did the ECW One Night Stand and I saw Sabu, I was like, fuck, who the fuck is this guy? Fucking got scars all over his body, crazy ass bastard. And then they did the reunion in 2006, the year after, and that's when obviously they set up the ECW brand, which was an absolute shambles. But they have just released on YouTube Sabu's best bits from ECW and WWE. There's a bit there where he did the moonsault from the top rope onto John, not the moonsault, the leg drop from onto John Cena through the table before the match at Vengeance in 2006, which was a good match. As well as it was an Extreme Rules match between John Cena and him.
I think with that being on YouTube, we can see more of this stuff now because, like I say, I have never seen it, so I'll probably give that a watch at some point this week.
Yeah, the One Night Stand pay-per-views with Sabu in it were great. And it's definitely worth going back and watching. Obviously, the stint with ECW with the brand coming back was shite.
Yeah.
But he had a ladder match with RVD on ECW. The winner faced Big Show at SummerSlam. The match was great until Big Show got involved at the end. So if you want to go and watch anything in WWE with Sabu, go and watch that.
And he wrestled in Hightown Hall.
Did he?
Yeah. I was going to go to meet him. But yeah, he wrestled in Hightown Hall about 2-3 years ago.
No way. Why do I remember that? And I don't know why. I don't know. I never went to it. I know that.
He's wrestling in some weird places.
Yeah, I think we must have said something. Cause I remember something being said. But yeah, Sabu, man, like I'm with John. I weren't a big fan of Sabu. Weren't a big fan of ECW at the time. Didn't know anything about it. But like John said, the beauty of YouTube and stuff is you can go back and watch all this stuff. So when I have done, on the network as well, when the network was there, went back and watched some very rarely I watched some ECW stuff. Just not my kind of wrestling, but I can appreciate what Sabu's done. So we didn't do a video at the time. Obviously, we've already done one video when someone's passed away, and that was Bray Wyatt because of how much he meant to us. We probably will. One of us will probably jump on and do something dead quick and get it out there for you guys. But yeah, no, at the time I was working, so I couldn't have done it. And John had just finished watching Liverpool and was probably having family time. on a Sunday.
I was very lazy. I'll be honest.
I didn't go online Sunday actually, so I probably was. But yeah, no, I think with obviously when Superstars passing, it's one of them areas. If we know them and we know them well enough, we'll absolutely cover it. I think with Sabu, it was a bit of a tough one because it would have just been us rattling off his Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely there'll always be some sort of recognition. Although, like, we got out on TikTok, I think, before WWE actually announced it this week. It's just one of the things, and it's an awkward video to have to talk about, especially if you don't know a lot about the person. And that's why I think so far we've only really had the Bray one, because Bray's ours.
Yeah.
Bray belongs to our era, and he means so much to us. No, absolutely. I don't think there's anything else, is there?
No, I was just looking through the thing. Obviously, Raw last night, Roxanne and Finn were seen backstage again for the second week running, talking. So I don't know whether Finn's going to break out and do his own thing with Julie and Roxanne.
Kieran was giving New Day t-shirts in the background as well.
Was it? I didn't see that. I'll have to go back and watch that. Another Rusev package rather than a match.
I'll cover it more when I do the TikTok video in a bit. It was a promo and package heavy Raw last night.
Yeah.
It was tough to get through, especially when it ran to, I think it was nearly 2:30, 3:15 it finished. And I knew the matches that were still to come, and I just wanted them to get to their matches.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to them. But yeah, it should be interesting.
I've got the draft coming up. Apparently, the draft's been set in for the weekend of Night of Champions. Or just before the weekend of Night of Champions. Starts on SmackDown, obviously goes to Raw, and then NXT. And then after Night of Champions, they all kick in. So apparently that's when the draft's going to be done. So we'll see what happens with the draft then. And Joe Entry is obviously on the verge of signing with WWE. So
he's on
surprise.
It was this week's Chris Van Vliet interview as well.
And Dom's also called CM Punk a tantrum throwing baby.
What?
Yes.
In an interview over his WrestleMania main event.
Oh, there is some breaking news.
Oh yeah.
Otis is not happy. A little bit of fun breaking news for you guys. Otis is in a bad. He's not happy with the officials in WWE.
Oh, why?
Because they are now charging them $1 for desserts.
That's out of order, though. To be fair.
Because in their thing, let me see if I can find it. I'm sure I followed Otis because I want to read the letter to you.
He's written a letter. My letter.
There's a letter that he's shared, and he's got like WFT on it. See if we can find it quickly. Oh, it's WWE. That was his story. I love Otis. Basically, the letter outlines that certain people within the company have been taking large advantage of the dessert section in catering more than they should do. So they have now, the officials have decided that they are taking certain cakes off. There's 4 cakes listed. Never heard of some of them in my life. Zebra cake and all that sort of stuff. And then they will be charging them $1 a dessert or a slice of cake.
That's how
so it's $1. It's $1 for like backstage crew, and I think it's like $2 for the wrestlers. And Otis is not a happy man.
I can only imagine. I'd be the same.
I'd be fuming personally.
Never take a man's cake away from him.
No. Not a large man, anyway.
If he's been paid for it all the time, that's fair enough. Carry on paying. But if it was free, don't take his free cake off him.
No, you never do it. No. Not to a large man. You don't do that.
I mean, he put over Rusev for you last week.
Innit?
He deserves some free cake.
Innit? And he's not been on TV a lot, so...
Let him sink it and eat his cake.
It's bang out.
Let him eat what he wants to eat.
Poor guy's walking backstage now. He's got no cake and he can't find Tucky. Oh, what's he meant to do now when he's not?
And he hasn't got Mandy.
Yeah. You took Mandy from him. You took Tucky from him, and now he's cake.
And Gable. And took Gable from him.
Yeah, I hope he asks for his release now.
Yeah, I do. I hope he goes to AEW and becomes the world champ faster than Ricochet.
Tony will give him his free cake.
Yeah, of course he will. They'll put him in catering.
We'll
use you for a month.
Wants for signing. That's all he wants for signing.
I don't even want to be on TV, Tony. Just give me cake.
Oh, bloody hell. Can you imagine...
you don't want a bag on your head?
Nah. Free cake.
Oh, if they don't let ham and eggs eat cake, I'm booting off.
If I don't get an interaction between Otis and Hank and Tank, mate,
right.
I'm going to be annoyed.
I'm booking Hank and Tank now. Otis and Tozawa need to part ways.
They do.
I don't mind. I don't mind Maxine staying with Otis. I don't mind, but I'm not. She can go off do her own thing. Otis needs to be with Hank and Tank.
He does.
It needs to be a trio.
Yeah.
Otis needs to find. He needs to find.
Egg.
Yes, steak, ham, and eggs. He needs to find his denim jacket, cut off sleeve jacket from Heavy Machinery.
Heavy Machinery.
And have 2 new ones made up for Hank and Tank, and they are the new Heavy Machinery.
In memory of Tucker.
Can we just call them steak, ham, and eggs?
No.
That'd be great. Yes.
Call the tag champs by their real names.
Ham and eggs.
Yes. And they can work the 3-bear rule like New Day did for years, so any 3 of them could wrestle.
I'm in.
Get the call up to Raw already. The tag division's better.
Oh yeah, that's it. Put the belts around the waist. Imagine them 3 going against Viking Raiders.
Oh man, I can love it.
Big meaty men.
Big meaty men. That's what I like.
I mean, crushing JD and Dom. Literally crushing them.
I mean, not Dom, but JD and Carlito, yeah.
Yeah, Carlito.
Especially JD.
Yeah, you leave JD alone.
I can't, mate. There's a JD shirt on Vinted. It's a 3XL. There's a JD shirt. It's not a Judgment Day one. It's his old one, Jordan Devlin shirt.
Well, that's going to be gone in a second. How much is it?
I think it was 21. I think he was selling it for.
Bargain.
Ted last week said when he came to the ring, here comes the Irish. Here's the Irish Ace. I'm like, no, I've always been here, mate.
He has always been there, to be fair, yeah.
Yes, he has to be fair.
Yeah,
I didn't leave him for a broken rib. Wet Wipe calls himself Irish.
Irish Ace and then doesn't even freaking show up for a couple of weeks because he's hurt his rib. Get a grip.
But no, I think that's a nice short one because I think we've done 2-hour mammoths and hour 45s. I think a nice little short one, a little bit of fun one for you guys. But like Matt said before, how were you guys? Your comments today for this one. How are you guys booking your Money in the Bank? Who's winning? Men's, females? How did he pick up the titles? Let us know in the comments. Also, let us know your 7 wrestling theories.
Yes. Do that.
Let us know yours. Because if you don't, and you come in the live, we're going to ask you.
And tell us what other things you'd like to see as fantasy book.
Yeah, we do more fantasy booking. I like it.
We just did. Heavy Machinery 2.0.
There you go.
Exactly.
That's
Sign
2
us
things we
WWE.
booked.
Sign us up trips. These are the ideas that I can get you.
Tony, I could save you company.
We all could save your company, Tony.
Fair.
Give me what you're paying Mercedes money, and I will come in and do it.
Give me free cake and catering.
And John's there.
And I'm there.
Give me
a house in Florida, and unlimited tickets to Disney, and I'm there, mate. And
give me access to Kenny Omega, and I'm there.
That'd be weird. Kenny turns around after having a shit, and then Ted's in there. Like, you alright? Doing your ass wiping?
You alright there, mate?
How many sheets do you have?
You just had a shower.
Kenny's
drying.
We know that. We know Kenny's got a fucking Japanese toilet. He's not playing with no normal toilet.
He fucking has him. He has.
Put your towel down after the shower. Put your towel down, Kenny. I'll blow you dry.
Oh, you got a hair there. Let me go and get a razor.
But no.
There you go, folks. Ted wants to follow Kenny around.
And on that note, let's say we'll bring this to the end. Let's say it's been lovely this.
And I didn't even say anything about Liv. I could have been weird like that, but I didn't.
But I just want to check. Do you know the time difference that Dom's struggling with?
I don't know what he's going on about. Let's face it, I actually don't, because whenever we do pay-per-views, I get the time wrong every fucking time. That's why I've got an indicator now.
Poor Dom, he was confused.
I know he was, bless him.
She said good morning, and he's
good
like,
morning.
It's night time.
He's like, it's night, yeah.
JD saved him. But yeah, guys, everybody, thank you for tuning in to us again this week. Get in the comments. You know the script by now. We are the Wrestling Fellas everywhere. Get in the Discord as well. Go and follow us across all the social medias, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X. And until next time.
Peace.
Zero.